Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video and another little live one for you. So I'm playing in the ledger journal. I'm going to use this collage face, which is an older release from Dina of one of her collage papers, and I really like this. And what I'm going to do before I start, I think I'm going to do a double page spread. I'm just going to cut a bit off, so I kind of just want her peeping onto the page. So if you watched my last video, you'll know that my gel medium, I've only got ultra thick at the moment, and it's gone like it's literally true to form, and it's gone ultra thick. So I'm just going to use some of this. I always put too much of this out, it doesn't kind of seem to matter. What I'm working in, I always get a bit happy when I'm pouring this out. Okay, so this is just a Winsor & Newton matte medium, so it's the same as Dina's gel really, but I do prefer Dina's. Oh, okay, so that's decided it's going down there, so we'll just let that happen. There's a few wrinkles, but hey, that's true to form as well, so we'll go with that too. Yep. You can get these to lay down completely wrinkle free. I mean, you can lift it up and then go back in, and I can't be faffled. No, it doesn't matter really whether it's got a few wrinkles in or not. Going to have layers of other stuff on it anyway, so let's just get it stuck down. Now, one of the things I love about Dina's collage tissue paper is that it melts into your page, so you can see how easy that is to stick down. It doesn't tear easily when you're brushing it. It just goes on really nicely. So I'm going to give that a quick dry and then start to think about what the rest of the page is going to be. Quite tempted to leave her quite black and white actually, and make the rest of the page be quite colourful. Yeah, I think I will. So a great way to practice faces actually, when you've got an image like this, is to go and draw over the top of it with a pen or a pencil, because all these things are all practice and they're all helping you learn like the placement of features and everything. And the only way to get better at drawing faces is by practicing. I know this. And seeing as I know this, why don't I do more practicing? Well, no, I don't know the answer to that. That is nearly stuck down properly. It's good enough. Right, so I'm going to grab some lovely bold colours. I think I'm going to go with my traditional rainbow of colours. Green. And I might throw watery in there actually, because I do. Shall we go with those ones in the rainbow? Yeah, let's do that. And I'm going to do my kind of like hundreds and thousands style of background. So I'm going to grab a smallish brush. I think I'm going to use this one. This is does that say a 1/2 inch? I think it does, yeah, 1/2 inch. I mean, I could have worked that out without looking really, but right, so I'm just going to put a little bit of paint out here. This is a technique that you will have seen me do before. I noticed that Jane Davenport has a similar one, but she does all her brush strokes in one direction. This reminds me of hundreds and thousands. I think I've said this on a video that I've done before. We call them hundreds and thousands. They're like those little coloured bits of sweets that you can put onto cakes. Right, so that'll do. Wash my brush. And then I'm going to go in with orange. And I'm going to put the colours near the red, not touching it at the minute. I'm trying not to go on the face if I can. Boop. There we go. Then I'm going to go with yellow. In fact, let's put that on the face, then I can't paint on it, can I? And then I'm just going to layer the colours up, and if a little bit transfers somewhere else, I'm not going to worry about that. In fact, let's just put all the colours out, and then I don't have to keep stopping, do we? Okay, so that's coming together nicely. So these pastel colours are some of the new ones that Dina released, and they are really pretty. So this is taffy. I think this is everybody's favourite. It's sold out so quickly. Need it to come back in stock because it's gorgeous. Right. And now I'm starting to overlap my colours a little bit. Sorry about Lola barking. Because I'm running out of space. But what I like about this effect is it's a really fun way to get colours on your page without kind of overthinking. You're just doing, kind of marks, I suppose. Okay, so now that's dry, I'm going to grab a pen. So this is, lots of you have been asking what these pens are. This is an Artex acrylic marker in black. It's got a brush tip and a fine tip. I really like it, it's lovely. I found them on Amazon, I think it was. I'm just going to, so it's all kind of uniform, just come over the marks on this face with my pen so that it all kind of marries together. And like I said, this is a great way to practice your placement of things on the face and get learning about like how to draw a nose and how to draw eyes. Everybody has their own ways of doing these features, and I think practicing and kind of seeing how other people do it is a great way to learn. There's obviously a little bit of a semic writing around there. I'm not going to go over that, I'm going to leave that. So I've gone over the face with the pen, so that kind of now marries together. I think I might give her white hair. I don't know that I've ever done white hair. White hair, why not? This is a dry brush that I'm using. I do kind of like that. I think it's quite good contrast with all those bold colours. I'd like to bring a bit of stenciling in as well, and also I've got this little space here and I've got some bits of colours left over, so I'm just going to pull some of those colours up here. Let's see if I can fill that in a little bit. There we go, that'll do. There's another buzzy bee. Go on, Scoot. Okay. There we go, it's gone. Okay, got my door open because it's quite warm. And of course the warm's made all the little insects come out. Right. That apparently is one of my favourite words. Even the dog knows that word. That means something is going to happen when I say that. Okay, let's grab a stencil. I'm tempted to use, I think I might use this one. Let's use a little bit of magenta. So at the minute, I don't know where this is going. Sometimes when these things can be a disaster, isn't it? Oops, it moved. You don't have a clear vision. Then that's when I tend to play, and sometimes that is when I discover the most exciting things. Just need a little bit more. So I do quite like how that looks over that bold background. It's very pretty. I think maybe just the fact that I'm kind of extending it out. So the reason I'm doing that is because I want to connect those bits of journaling, those bits of, sorry, not journaling, stenciling together, so it doesn't feel disconnected. That has definitely added a sort of richness to this page that I really love. Do you know what I think could probably work quite nice is a little bit of iris. Now again, this is a slightly darker colour. And maybe some little circles in iris would be nice. So let's pop that one back on there. Maybe, oops, or let's just throw it on the floor. Let's do that. This one. This is one of Dina's coaster stencils, and I might just see if I can connect some of these bits of stenciling up together. a little bit. Oh my gosh, these colours are just making me so happy. Oh, wow. Love it. I'm going to have to put some in the middle here. I mean, it's not really connected to anything, but if I don't, then that's a bit disjointed. Oh my days, I love this. Those colours. Now, I imagine there'll be some of you out there who'll be looking at this and thinking, wow, that's a lot. There's a lot going on there, and you're not wrong. But one way that we can calm this straight down is if we grab a circly stencil. This one is one of my all-time favourites. Circles for painting. I don't know if you can get it anymore, but there are loads and loads of circle stencils out there. So what I'm thinking now is I want to create some connection with this white hair and the rest of this page. So what I'm going to do is bring in some white stenciling. And I'm going to pop like this. And I'm going to pounce this because I want it to be quite opaque. I mean, you can see if I just smoosh it, we get like a much lighter covering. I mean, let's see if that is that enough. It might be. Let's smoosh and see what happens. Ooh, yeah. I mean, there's a softness there, which is beautiful. I like it. And then I might, let's bring it through with all of these circles here. So I think it's like that rule I heard once about rules for dressing. I don't know if this is still a thing, but I was always told that, you know, if you've got a low cut top on, you should not be showing lots and lots of leg. Is that right? I don't know. So, because I've got this bright background, I can bring some calmness to it with, I don't know why that analogy sprang to mind, because now I can't think how that is at all relevant. But anyway, maybe it's made you all giggle. There we go. So I'm just adding a little bit of white stenciling, and that is just going to, can you see that's kind of pulling it all together. That's just because I had a bit left on my blending sponge. Okay, so I think some little pink cheeks for her would be nice too. This is something I like to do. And then she definitely needs whites in her eyes. Oops. Not like that. It's for sure. Okay. Pretty. So, some black now. So I think I'm going to paint some lines for writing, and then any black that's left over, I'm going to do some black splatters. This is a very old dry brush, which is why it's making those kind of scratchy marks. I'm okay with that. Okay. And then just to come in with some splatters around here. And of course we can add some more stamping. And then I've got space for my words. Nice and easy. And give this a quick try. Found a perfect quote, and I think I'm going to write it in white actually. Definitely need to get some more Posca pens. Right. When I know I've not got a lot of space, I'll often do that. I need colour. It defines my world and makes me feel alive. Now I'm just wondering, can I get away with a slightly fat pen? Let me have a go. Maybe. Not sure. There we go. And then once that's dry, I'm going to go in with a black pen, I think, and just outline those letters. I'm just going to add just water activate that Neo Colour 2 that's on there. As soon as this page is all about the colour, let's go in with a bit of neon too. The great thing about pens like this is you can use the shape of the nib for your art making, because it just works. She's very bland, isn't she? But she's very pale. I'm going to do a bit of journaling around here where Dina had some arsenic writing. Right, so I'm going to show you what I was going to do with these because they've gone quite big and chunky. Just want to make sure I'm not smudging. One way to deal with that is to go back in and just outline those letters if you don't like it. And that way it can just tidy them up a little bit. Let me have a look on the camera. Yep, I like that. It's a good way to see if you can look at something on a photo when you're creating. It's a good way to see things almost through a different eye, really. Of course, the other thing you can do is to hold your book upright and see if you like how it looks then, because when it's laying flat and you're working flat, it's very difficult sometimes to see how things really look. And using Dina's new colours in my little rainbow palette, they work really nicely. And then I think adding those pop of the iris and the magenta over the top just kind of, I don't know, it gave it a whole new energy, which I really, really liked. So this is nearly finished. Can you hear the pigeons in the background? There we go. So just to finish off, I'm just going to see, can I find my favourite stamps? Some black dots and kind of work with the splatters that I've already added anyway. And where has my favourite text stamp gone? I do not know. I'll have to use the numbers instead. That's alright. That doesn't matter. I'm just adding a little touch of some lighter stamping, but in black text or numbers. And then I might pull some of that across onto here as well. There we go. I am going to call that done. Let me make sure that's on camera properly. There we go. So, a really fun page. Using a collage image and not really altering it at all, I just cut a little bit off. Gave her some white hair. Don't think I've ever done that before. But then the colour is all over here. This is as much of the focal as this is, but almost contrasting because they're so different. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.